Hey guys, so obviously today I'm wearing no makeup right now and I look like, who knows, like I rolled out of bed. Actually, I didn't just roll out of bed. I just came back from the pool, so I am actually in a swimsuit cover up. I just threw on a tank top over my bathing suit so nothing was hanging out. But I wanted to go ahead, so that's why the hair looks like this. Today I wanted to go ahead and show you guys my flawless face makeup routine, my foundation routine, my sweat proof face for summer, whatever you want to call it. I've done one of these in the past before, but you guys know that I have such oily skin I cannot even describe it. Most of the time when you guys see me in videos, I have blotted, put on, you know, powder, setting powder, stuff like that, mattified my skin so that it doesn't come across shiny, especially in the lights. But I wanted to show you guys what I have been doing with my face that has worked so well for me that I barely even have to touch up or blot throughout the day. Hence the face of no makeup right now, because I wanted to show you guys step by step what I actually start off doing. So for this, I'm going to bring you closer to my face so that you guys can kind of get a feel for what my actual skin looks like, because I know you guys think even in HD my skin is perfect, but it is not, unfortunately. I have blemishes, I have large pores right here, that's pretty much my only problem area. I have some pores here and like some little pimples, but I mainly get like blemishes, cystic acne around my jawline and my chin, and then I do have large pores here. So, like I said, be prepared. I'm gonna zoom you in so that you can see my imperfections a little bit better, and that way you can see what I actually do up close. Well, hello there. So first, what I do to get my routine going, I wash my face, I tone it, and I moisturize. I have my skincare routine, my daytime skincare routine coming up in a later video. If you want to check out the skincare that I use at night, I have that video on my channel already, my Get Unready With Me video I filmed a while back. But for the most part, it's basic. I use oil controlling products so that I don't have to worry about oils throughout the day, and this is what my skin is left with. My moisturizer has set for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so. You can see this area right here has large pores. I have a tiny bit of discoloration under my eyes. For the most part, I am completely satisfied with my skin as far as discoloration, and like I go out all the time with my skin looking like this. I have absolutely no problems with blemishes or, you know, fine lines, nothing like that. I have no issues going out like this. I'm not one of those girls that has to have makeup on my face before I leave the house. So that being said, I do enjoy wearing a full face of makeup every now and then, and this is going to be kind of the steps that I take to get that flawless face, going out, shine free, date night type makeup. So first, I just use a lip balm. Right now I've just been using the Walgreens lip balm. It doesn't really matter to me, but that's the first step that I always do because I have such dry lips. So first is primer. I have a few favorites. I'm going to just be using one for the video, but some of my favorites are the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. This one is amazing. Pretty heavy price point at Sephora, but you get a really large container. I mean, you can see I've made a tiny dent in it already, but it works really great at mattifying. I unfortunately do not like this for filling in my pores here. For that, I much prefer the Benefit, the Professional. This one actually minimizes, although it doesn't control oils as well as the Becca one, it minimizes pores significantly, and that's what I like, because like I said, right in this triangle under my face, my pores are huge. They are minimizing over time, but they're so big. I really like the pore filler. I also enjoy the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is it's like halfway gone. I really like it, but again, I feel like this is more oil control, not filling your pores. So as much as I want oil control, the pore filler is definitely the way to go. So I'm going to use the Benefit the Professional. I just take a pea-size amount of that and put it in between my fingers, and then I will blot it on my problem areas, and you can immediately, I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but you can immediately see the difference in my pores the second I put it in. And then you can see here I'm using a patting motion around my sensitive areas, so like this triangle that has the biggest pores. I have pores on my nose and on my forehead, so I will pat that area too, but for the most part I just use it to keep my makeup on all day. Here I really want that to set in and minimize those pores. So for foundation, I use different tools depending on my day, on the day I guess, but for the most part I use a beauty blender type sponge. I also have the Real Techniques one, which is okay, and then the actual, I don't even have it here, the True Beauty Blender, the pink one, that works great too. This is from Sally's. I really much prefer this one though. It's nice and has a nice consistency and texture to the sponge. It's a little bit more pore dense than the Beauty Blender. That one soaks up your makeup a bit more, and this is also going to give you a flawless coverage. So for foundation, I have again a numerous amount of foundations that I can use this method, but if I'm really looking for flawless, oil control, long lasting, I'm going to reach for my Immaculate. This is actually by Hourglass, the Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. It's mattifying, oil-free, amazing. I'm in the color Nude. This is a touch too light for me right now because I do have some color being summer, but bronze up the face and it's good to go. So you're just going to give that bottle a quick shake. I use two full pumps on the back of my hand, or like a pump and a half. You can see it's a little runny. It gives you like medium coverage. It's not completely full coverage, but it does the job. I'm just going to pounce my faux beauty blender in there to get a little bit of product. I always start on the right cheek. I don't know why. It's just a habit. This foundation dries super quickly. It's a liquid to powder, and you really have to work quickly with it, because if you don't, it will completely dry and set on your face. So using a beauty blender type product that is a little bit moist works well with it, because it allows you to really blend it in your skin a lot better than if you were just using your fingers or a brush. So I did the right side of my face. Hopefully you guys can see a difference as far as like any little bit of discoloration I have under my eyes and the redness around my nose. I have a few acne spots here that just got completely covered. I love this foundation. It's the right amount of coverage for me without being too heavy. Like I can't even feel it on my skin. It feels like skin, and when you touch it, it's so silky smooth because it dries to a powder finish, which for oil control, that's what you need. So I'm just going to take the rest of it and do the other side of my face. Okay, so there's the foundation. As you can see, very matte, super flawless. It definitely covers, for my liking, all of my imperfections. I have no issues with it whatsoever. It doesn't melt, it doesn't cake. Like, you can continuously build the coverage if you wanted to, and I never feel that cakey appearance. And again, it's so super soft and light on the skin, you can't even feel it. For the price point, it is definitely worth it. So for concealer, I love my Select Moisture Concealer from MAC. This is in NC20. I will use this on my face if I feel like I have any blemishes or like darkness around my mouth or anything like that. I will use it. I am completely satisfied with the coverage that the foundation has given my face, so I'm not going to use a concealer, but I will use a brightener under my eyes. This one's semi-new to me. It's the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Highlighter. I have it in the color Light. So this is also, although for me right now it is an illuminator, it will brighten up underneath my eyes. It can be used as a concealer as well. So right now, because I don't have too bad of under eye circles or anything, I'm just going to touch underneath my eyes and then kind of hit the high points of my cheek mainly, and then blend that out. And you can either take your finger or the beauty blender. I personally like to use the beauty blender or whatever beauty tool I'm using, because I can't stand using my fingers for things. If you know me, then you know that I don't like doing my makeup with my fingers. For under eye powder, you can actually use any type of powder you want. Your regular setting powder, you can use a translucent powder. I'm using the Benefit Powder Flash because I'm just trying to use it up. This has been discontinued. So for me, I just lightly set that with a neutral powder, just so it won't budge. Okay, so what makes this routine unique that I've never done in the past. Usually when I put on powder, I will use like a big fluffy brush like this one. This is a large powder F30 from Sigma. I'll dip it in my powder and then just go from there. But what I've been doing lately that I feel like gives me the most flawless coverage ever is just taking my beauty blender damp and dipping it into my powder. This has been discontinued as well. This is the Maybelline Dream Matte powder in the color Light 4 to 5. They have since replaced this with the Dream Wonder powder. Apparently it's the same thing. I haven't actually tried it, but I also like the Fit Me powder. I will also do the Rimmel Stay Matte. Any kind of setting powder is really going to do the job. So what I do, you can see the tip of my beauty blender is dirty because I've been doing this a bunch, is take the tip of it and literally just smush it in that powder so I get some of the powder on my sponge. I will squeeze it and then dab it in the places where I really want that flawless coverage. So for me in particular, it's right here on my cheeks, my nose, pretty much my entire face. But no, really, like my T-zone because I have oily skin. So I will just continuously do that and start in areas. Now because this powder has a little bit of coverage and a slight color to it, it will give me that ghostly appearance, but that's okay because you're going to go back in with bronzer and with blush to liven up your face again. So my favorite bronzer lately has been the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. This is just the regular one. It says it's a medium/deep matte bronzer. I don't find this really deep at all, especially for summer skin tone. So what I'll do is just take a fluffy brush. This is the Real Techniques blush brush, but as you can see, I love it for bronzer. Dip that in a bit, quite a bit, because you definitely do want some color. Tap off the excess. I always start with my right side of my face. I don't know why. I can see the hollow of my cheekbone even though I have a very round, plump face. I already know that it's right here, but if you don't know where your cheekbone is, you can do a fishy face. And you're going to contour all along this. So I will start at the back part of my cheek and kind of bring it forward. Not too much because you don't want your face to look dirty. You want it to look sculpted. And then what I'll do is just bring it up in circular motions along my hairline to the side of my forehead and my temple. This instantly brings color to your face. You can see just with a little bit of that I applied, the difference here and here. It makes an amazing difference to your face as far as color wise. You can even, if you don't have a body bronzer, you can even take the same shade of bronzer underneath your neck, or yeah, underneath your jawline and all along your neck. And this will kind of help you to be the same color as what your body is, especially if you have a tan. You can even take it like down the sides of your nose. I usually don't contour my nose even though it's large. I feel like it fits my facial features well. I don't really have any issues with it, but just so it has like that little bit of shadow and that sun-kissed glow to it, that's that. So that immediately will alter the color of your face after you have applied powder and everything, and that'll help you kind of match all the way across the board. I think for blush, I'm going to do something bold. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Bella Rosa. This is a matte, crazy colored reddish coral pink. It's super bright, let's just put it that way. So for a blush color like this, I'm going to use the Tapered Highlight F35 because it is so pigmented and I just want it on the apples of my cheeks. So literally what I'm going to do is tap it. You can see, or if I don't know actually if you can see, that it has already applied color. I'm going to tap it on the back of my hand, and that way I can just get a flush, and I will take it and just kind of run it over my cheeks like this and up towards my temple just to blend it in with that bronzer. For a highlight, because I'm wearing a pinky red-ish orange coral toned blush, I really enjoy wearing like a pinky highlight. This is the Balm Cindy Luminizer, which is the pinky toned one, not the Mary Luminizer, which is the yellow goldish colored one, but the pinky one. So this is so pigmented, you really just need a tiny bit, and what I'll do is just touch very gently with the same brush the high points of my cheeks to go back, and then I will take it underneath my brow to kind of tie everything together, and down the bridge of your nose. I have oily skin, so that's all I take it. I don't take it on my forehead, very rarely on my chin. I will do my Cupid's bow, but nothing else, for the simple fact that I want a flawless look. I don't want to look like I'm oily from afar. Just glowy. Now for the final product that I use, which I realize this is a lot of steps, but the very last one that I use is something that has made an uber difference in my routine, and that is the Ambient Lighting Powder from Hourglass. This one is in Diffuse Light. I also have the Trio that has some other ones, but I personally really like this one for all over face because it has a yellow undertone and it matches my neck better. So I will take it with the Real Techniques. This is the multitasking brush and just dab it in there, you know, pack it on. I used to not use as much because I was like, oh, it's expensive, I want to savor it, but I use as much as I want now because I realize it's life altering. And I will just take that, start on my nose and do very light strokes all over my face, under my eyes, over my highlight, over my blush, bronzer, all of it. And I don't really know that you guys can tell a difference on camera, although many of you have given me a ton of compliments in my videos, previous, like probably my last 10 or 15, 20 videos. You guys have given me compliments on my skin. This side just looks so put together, smooth, illuminated. It just completely blurs everything together. This side looks really pretty too, don't get me wrong, but can you see the difference? Like, can you see how smooth my blush goes into my bronzer, into my highlight? Everything just looks like it was like applied flawlessly. This is pretty, it's just not as flawless. So it makes such a difference. And I love this powder, love it. If you don't own it, you need to. And voila, that's it. I know you're thinking, like I said, oh my god, that took 25 minutes and like 30 products. Yes, it did. For one, I was talking to you guys. Usually it takes me less than 10 just to do my face. And for two, it does take a lot of products. However, this is something that I don't do on an everyday basis. If I were just gonna wear makeup every day, I would just wear like a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream or a CC cream and some powder. I wouldn't go through 35 different steps to get a flawless face. I told you guys in the beginning, this is for like date night, when you're going to a party, out with friends, not when you're just lounging around the house, or, you know, maybe if you're going to a special event, a birthday party or a graduation or whatever. Something that you would take the extra time to do your makeup. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of you had been requesting it for a long time, especially since I had got the Ambient lining powder. You guys really wanted to know what the difference in my face had been. So now you see. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys go through to get the perfect face. Maybe there's a few products that I'm missing that I could really benefit from. Let me know that kind of stuff in the comments down below, and also what you thought of it. Thank you guys so much for watching and always sticking by me. I love filming videos like this for you guys. Don't forget to leave requests and stuff like that in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!